Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Pub Table Racers. We got a lot to talk about tonight. It's a special edition tonight. It's open mic night where you, the viewers, are our guests. We'll take your questions and comments. My name's Tim Packman. Sitting next to me is
Warren Brosel.
Yeah, that guy. This is the Cheech and Chong Show. It's 420.
420.
So this show is going to be smoking. Anyhow, first of all, welcome back to you after your little break there. We had to go COVID protocol with you there.
I was in COVID protocol, yes. Someone close to me.
We know. We told about your wife.
Well,
we told everybody.
Kind of. Well, at any rate, I had to sit out.
Sure.
Via all the rules for my company, Penske, and make sure that I was negative.
Got it.
And I'm definitely negative.
Good. The kids are good.
I'm positive. I'm negative.
Okay, and the kids are good. The wife's good, so everyone's back to normal, whatever.
I never got it. I'm O positive blood.
Right.
And apparently that is a good thing for that.
Yeah. As am I.
For a virus.
So if anything ever happens to you, I can.
Cyrus the virus.
If anything happens to you, I can. The comments aren't coming in. This is going to stink for the show we have tonight. All right, well, I'll figure it out. Okay, so here we go. Tonight's show. Warren, why do we have a bucket of Miller High Life there?
We have a bucket of Miller High Life because we are big fans of Miller High Life beer.
Right.
And our hero, Bobby Allison, was sponsored by them for many years. I actually worked on a car that was sponsored by Miller High Life for a few years, and it's just our drink of choice for Pub Table Racers.
Right. And I wrote a book with Bobby, and he was a childhood hero as well. And so we toast him at the beginning of our show. To Bobby. There we go. Got to take a drink or everyone gets mad. It tastes good. As you notice, we have a new bucket. Warren got creative there, and he took a spray can and painted. No, he didn't do that. He just created a nice new silver bucket.
It's actually...
Where are the comments? Yeah.
It's actually a wrap that I have laying around, and you told me to spruce it up, so we spruced it up.
Got it.
Miller didn't want to sponsor us,
so we're showing them.
We're sponsoring ourselves.
Got it. Also tonight we have the beer bucket tonight show. So I put my glass down. What am I doing? Sorry, I roll a lot down here. All right. So tonight we will talk about Richmond results. We're definitely going to touch upon the Jennifer Jo Cobb deal, and then 8:45 we're going to do a trivia question. I'll give you a hint. And it's racing.
You told me to pick. I never did.
I got it.
All right.
And the hint is racing related.
So
there you go. There you go. And you win. The winner tonight gets one of our awesome tumblers, a $20 value right there. So stay tuned. 8:45 is when we're going to do the trivia. Before we get going, some news that we want to share with you guys. Coming up in May, this is for Pub Table Racers. Coming up in May, we are going to be also on, in addition to Spotify and Apple and Google, we are also going to be on the Speed Sport Podcast Network, and we'll be part of the NASCAR Digital Media Podcast Network. And then later on, we're going to have the entire show put on Speed Sport TV, so it's going to live over there. So they brought us on board, so we're working towards that right now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for a year.
Oh, yeah. It's about time someone noticed.
2 months, right? And we're getting a little bit of.
That's fine.
Somebody likes us out there.
Well, it also helps that I do another podcast there called How I Got Here with Speed Sports, so it's good. So I
did that with you one day.
You did, and you were quite awesome at it. The other thing is we also have merchandise, folks. We don't just decorate the set with this. On our website, pubtableracers.com, what do we have? Hats. We have these tumblers.
Right.
We have T-shirts behind me there. So that's part of what we have going on here. So feel free to go on there and check them out. And if you want to purchase one, we're not going to stop you. Also, coming up on the merchandise, speaking of my children's book.
Hang on, I'm looking at so we can read it.
Oh, comments. Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Whatever. Sorry, folks. Thursday on Headline Books. I got it. I will, of course, Tom's watching. I will put out the news around my Facebook page. I'll be reading portions of a lot of my copy of Funny Dan the Race Car Man. It's an award-winning children's book, and it's been out for a few years. But every year we do a Facebook Live reading for kids and people and whatever. So tune it in. Might be fun. 4 o'clock on Thursday.
Sounds good.
You'll be at work, so you can't do it. If I sell a couple books, that'd be fun. If not, it'll be good. Warren's actually a character in the book.
I'm a character always.
All right, but now it's official in the book. All righty. Before we get started and get into the show, we're getting there, folks. We have to mention our sponsors.
Let's do it.
Without them, we are nothing.
Yeah, we're
Of course, number one, Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms. Brad and JoJo, go see them over there on Brawley School Road near Canvasback and Oak. The selection of patio and outdoor furniture is awesome. Adirondack chairs, high ones, low ones, chaise lounges, teak furniture, fire pits. I mean, little pubs and everything.
Very high quality stuff.
High quality.
This is not your typical stuff. Right. It's high quality, good stuff. And if he doesn't have it there, he can get it for you.
And he actually hooked my brother up in Las Vegas with some stuff. Also downstairs, your favorite part. What do they have, Warren?
They have pool tables,
right?
Air hockey,
right?
Foosballs.
Yep. Okay.
Your game, the
bubble hockey.
Bubble.
I'll kick your butt at any day. So
guitars, air guitars down.
Air guitars?
Yeah.
You can buy those anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
his are better.
That's it. Go see them. Tell them the Pub Table Racers sent you, and you will get a discount. Also, Warren, behind you, we have RacingJunk.com. Buy, sell, trade, anything racing related.
Or car related.
Motorcycle related. Go check them out.
ATVs.
Anything. Whatever. They have a buy, sell, trade. It's world's #1 racing performance. And performance classifieds, they only have like 1.8 million, or over millions of people go.
1,800,000 people.
Sure, that's good. Just make it. No, it's pretty close. Also, we want to rapid removal. Another new sponsor of ours. We appreciate Darren Russell coming on board. Delivery, a debris bin. So if you're doing some reconstruction, remodeling, and you have stuff you want to get rid of,
cleaning out your basement, or fixing your yard, or whatever. He'll bring a box over and
20-yard bin. He brings it in on wheels and puts it on, so there's no dragging it.
Yep, doesn't tear your stuff up.
Doesn't tear your stuff up. Keeps your house looking great. Check him out. Give him a call. He's on Facebook, Darren Russell, or you can call it 704-507-7833. I'll do that one more time. Write it down. 704-507-7833. Give Darren a call. Tell him we said hi. And also our affiliation with the Garage Shop. Aaron Brown, the guys over there. I've been hosting the Garage Shop Insider podcast, and some of you have seen it. We appreciate it. But the Ford Talladega, they fired it up the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing. Big Roush shades power in there, and then we have the Dodge Daytona. Those two cars plus one other, and I'll have more to talk about. Not this show, 2 shows from now. We're going to Arkansas to the East Coast Timing Association. And we'll have lots to talk about there, cool stuff, something different, and they'll be doing land speed records there.
Okay.
That's it.
Are you getting that?
I'm not getting it, so I'll turn to you in a minute there.
Okay.
All right, so we have that. That covers everybody. We appreciate it. So let's talk about Richmond.
Let's do it.
All right, so in the truck race, John Hunter Nemechek's your winner. That's the 4th consecutive win for Kyle Busch Motorsports, and this kind of justifies, I think that's his 2nd or 3rd win, this kind of justifies why John Hunter said, you know what, I'm good with Cup.
I'm going to go backward to go forward.
If it's going backwards, if you're winning races, is it backwards?
Not really. Here's how I'll say it.
Please.
He took a step back from Cup to truck, which is a little bit. I won't say easier series to win in, but it's a little bit. It's an easier series to win.
Yeah, it's less competitive. Because you have more, newer drivers, and he's been around. He's, proven himself before.
But he got in really, really good equipment.
Yes.
He got in some of the best equipment in the trucks out there, and now he's showing how competitive he is, and he's able to showcase his driving skills.
Right. And he's a new father, so the schedule is easier, so it allows him time to be with his wife and newborn. So that's good. Kyle Busch finished 2nd. Do you think he was going to pass him if he could?
That's not for me or you to say.
I didn't say anything. Do you want your driver to win to increase his playoff chances?
Right.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say.
And it's hard to say that. It's hard for me to sit here and say that Kyle Busch lets anybody win.
No, I get it. I'm
Right?
sure if he could have, he would have, but he didn't dominate. So
No.
the one thing I'm noticing now is the other teams are kind of, because Kyle Busch, when he came before, he would just kick everybody's ass. Now he's stepping up to the plate, and the other teams are stepping up to the plate,
Yeah.
and they're being more competitive against him and his team as well. Even though they won
and
4 in a
he's
row.
also in the. So here's my Kyle Busch, my little rundown on him. He's been struggling in the Cup car
Yep.
with no practice. He's
Yes.
not getting no practice, no qualifying in the truck. Is this hurting him? Is this not his? Does he need that for his dominance?
Right.
You know, and I'm sure that is playing on his mindset also.
Sure.
That he's not dominating. You know, when you have confidence in the Cup car,
Right.
the confidence in anything
Carries.
is going to carry. And with that, to me, with that being said, is that affecting him somewhat too? That he's not. Things just aren't clicking for him.
Well, no,
You
but
know,
the other teammates are.
There's 2.5 teammates there.
Right?
Because you know, and we talked. We
Yeah.
talked. The 11 and the 19 are very dominant forces everywhere they've
Everywhere
been
so far.
And the 20
So now we'll jump to the Cup race at Richmond.
to get to that.
That's
We
fine.
can do that.
No, that's not. That's
I
fine.
just-
Keep
that
talking.
I was rolling into that.
Keep talking because this goes right into the Cup race.
Well, yeah, and
Richmond.
You know, to me right now you have the 11, the 19,
Yep.
the 22, the 2 sometimes, the 12 sometimes, that are pretty much dominating a lot of these races.
Sure.
And you know, you're looking at just 2 organizations that are really, really powerful at times. Even though the 48 won,
Yeah.
you know, he was fast all day.
Yes, he was there. He was right where he needed to
He
be.
was right where he needed to be. So I won't take nothing away from him. But they're the 11 and the 19 and the 20 sometimes, and the 22, the 12 and the 2. The 2 and the 12 are sometimes both.
Right.
You know, when they go somewhere, they can be dominant. They can hang with the 11
Right.
and the 19. Everybody else is, unfortunately, during the course of the race, isn't a factor
Right.
until the end, like the 48.
So at the end, Harvick loses a tire, wads up.
So here's what I know about Kevin, and you know this
Yeah,
about Kevin.
sure.
Kevin was probably driving the wheels off that.
Literally did.
Yes, and he was probably trying to do something with a piece of equipment that wasn't meant to be.
Right.
You know, just couldn't handle it anymore.
Right.
And lost that right rear tire. And, you know, I think Joey would have had it.
Sure.
I mean, then the 48 gets back in the game.
And on the restart, just
Yeah,
Yeah.
he you know, I told you earlier, he fed them guys their lunch. He, you know.
as he's going by, here's a
Right.
sandwich for you.
They're worried
Here's a
about each
sandwich for-
other.
Yeah, and
Them two are worried about each other. and
Slow
going,
down.
See ya.
So another new winner. So
Yep.
this has me. Will there be 16 winners by the time we get to the 26th
Yeah.
race? I doubt it, but right now you're kind of like, what if there is?
It should be, but okay. So again, here comes Talladega.
Yeah,
Who knows what's going to happen
sure.
there?
Look at the rest
You know,
of the change.
what do we got? Who knows? And you know, Kansas could be, you know, a strong 1.5-mile car, which we've had. There's a few teams that are
Right.
strong at the 1.5 miles. And then now we're going to go to some road courses
Right,
and
that's
some.
anybody's now.
Yeah, now you're getting into some uncharted territory again.
So the race this weekend, at one point there was less than 10 cars in the lead lap. You have a theory what could make the racing better at a short track like Richmond, because it's kind of changed how you race there.
Yeah, so to me, you know, Richmond isn't like Martinsville, and it's not like Bristol, these are, and Bristol's on dirt, by the way. So, you're looking at a place that, and it's really, people say it's kind of like Phoenix, but it's very fast.
Okay.
And there always seems to be a lot of green flag.
Yep.
You're going to have a stint of green flag runs at Richmond. It's kind of been a trend for a long time. And to my point is that, and this is just me talking because I'm not NASCAR and I can't make the rules and I can't say what's a short track.
So your suggestion?
My suggestion would be for there is to use our high drag, low power, the mile and a half. Use the mile and a half aero package,
which consists of
a bigger spoiler, a bigger splitter, and only 550 horsepower.
Got it.
Compared to a smaller spoiler, a smaller splitter, and big horsepower.
Right. So.
And I would. They might stay bunched up a little better.
Right.
I hate when I see 9 cars on the lead lap. It's just.
Ooh, it's like the good old days. 2 cars lead lap.
It's not. We don't want to see the good old days.
No, they're over.
I think we thrive on these mile and a halves now.
Yeah.
Where you have 30 cars on the lead lap at the end, and it comes down to either a pit strategy.
Right.
Do I take tires? Do I stay out? If you have that high downforce package and low horsepower, someone might be able to. The tires might not wear out bad. Okay. You might. That scenario might not happen.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying.
No, that's fine.
It was just it was a thought of mine because they're so fast there.
Yeah.
And I just. To me, they need to do something different. Again, NASCAR can make any rules they want.
Sure.
And they could tell you that for this particular track, we're going to do this. For this, we're going to do this. For this, we're going to do this.
Right.
And if they want to make the racing better, I don't think they can
use the package
stereotype a track
based off of
its size.
How it races, you're saying. Okay. So this week we go to Talladega.
Talladega, yes, we do.
So it'll be good. Hold your questions, folks. We're going to get to you in a little bit. This weekend, and this is kind of something we talked about. Hey, real quick, next week our guest is Big Ed Watkins, championship jackman, gasman, and boat company owner. Yeah. And also he's into personal coaching. He has an awesome story.
Lake Norman Marina, isn't it?
No, it's Big Ed. It's Ed Watkins Marine and Service. So yeah, and he's got a lot of former racing guys working there too.
We'll need more room here.
Oh, we're going to be social distancing.
He goes like maybe we should get some wings for that one.
He'll eat them all on
Big Ed will eat a wing, I guarantee you.
So, speaking of Talladega, and this is totally me talking.
You got a vent.
I just got questions, okay? So, last week, Jennifer Jo Cobb announced she was going to run the Talladega race and her first Cup start, which is a huge milestone in anyone's career. And Aero Brass and Plumbing was going to be the primary sponsor. Her primary sponsor in the trucks, Fastener Supply Company, was going to step up and join her. They said, if you're doing that, we're going to go with you. Weeks ago, NASCAR approved the paint scheme. The announcement was put out. NASCAR, so I'm going to be honest, her and I agreed to let me handle her public relations because it's kind of a big deal, and I knew it would be. So she asked me to help out, and NASCAR media came to us and said, hey, there's been a lot of requests. Let's set up some time. So there was a lot of interest. Plus, there was people individually reaching out. So I did a count today. There was 23 different interviews between podcast, television, radio, NBC, etc. NASCAR media, people that requested through them to have around. So we're lining all that up. Late last week, NASCAR announces that she's not approved to run the Cup race at Talladega. Some of the reasons they cited were lack of activity, lead lap finishes, just the fact that she was approved 5 or 6 years ago to run Cup doesn't mean she was then. So I did a little digging and research, and I'm going to let the facts speak for themselves. So bear with me, folks. I'm throwing the glass in. First of all, Jennifer Jo Cobb, let's do her history. For the past 11 years, she's been a driver owner on a self-funded team, minimal sponsorship help. She shows up for every race. She tries to compete. She gets out there and she does what's needed. She pays her dues, and she pays her entry fees in NASCAR to get in there. Okay? That's part of it. She's been part of the sport for much longer than when she drove for other people. In the truck series alone, she has 217 truck starts. She's run 24,535 laps. For 154 of those, she's been running at the finish. They talk about lead lap finishes. She's had 17 of those. So you're saying, well, stats aren't that great. But you know what? She's out there. You don't complete 24,535 laps by accident. In the Xfinity Series, she ran 31 Xfinity races. She completed 3,667 laps. Combined, that is exactly 28,202 laps. That's not somebody whose lack of activity. Now, if they're talking at the cup level, fine. The one thing that has been very arbitrary to me in the past is who gets approved and how to run different series. So let's take other drivers. What was it? One guy ran 10 races. He's approved to go to the Xfinity. He's approved to go to Cup. Other guys. And so today, and you say to yourself, this is me quoting other articles, is it sexism or ageism? So she's a female. She's 47 years old. 47 years old. We have a president that's, 77, 74, Trump? You can be president of the United States, but at 47, you can't run a cup race after you've been in the sport for as long as she has contributed.
I don't know who the hell he is.
Well, we got that too. So anyhow, that's just her stats going into it. So I did some digging. Here's some certain driver stats. I'm not going to name them. But in 62 cup starts, there's one guy who has 3 lead lap finishes. Okay, he's 31st in point. You can look it up. Before that, he had 10 Xfinity starts. He got approved. He went right to Cup. Another guy, 13 truck starts, 19 Xfinity starts. He had total of 5 laps completed at Talladega. In 19 cup starts, he has 2 lead lap finishes. Okay, that's early. Another guy, 138 cup starts, 25 lead lap finishes. That's less than 20%. Another guy, 44 cup starts, 0 lead lap finishes. That's 0% of those. In Xfinity, he had 68 starts, 14 lead lap finishes. That's 24%. Another guy higher up in the points, 88 cup starts, 17 lead lap finishes. That's 20% of his finishes. Today, and I'm comparing, I don't know if I counted, whatever. Today, Natalie Decker was approved to run the Xfinity race at Talladega. Do you know how many Xfinity starts she has? 1, folks. 1. Okay? She's a lot younger, and yes, she's been a marketing tool for a lot of them. In 32 truck starts, she has 33 lead lap finishes. That is 10%. I'm not busting on her personally. I'm just saying if you're going to be comparing and you're going to allow people to get in there, then you better be fair about it. Here's the real shame about the whole thing. Jennifer Jo Cobb has paid her dues to get her cup start. I don't care if she's 47 years old. She's been a guest on this show, and she knows her stuff, and I know that. Because when this show was over, when she came on, her and Warren had a 20-minute conversation about mechanical things. I'm sitting in the corner going, because her knowledge of what goes on. Yeah, she's not a front runner, but she's out there, she's competing, she's doing what she has to do. Her sponsor, American Brass and Plumbing, came on board. It was their first foray into NASCAR sponsorship. How do you think they feel right now? Hey, yeah, great, welcome aboard. This is great, super. We're going to approve the paint scheme, have you on board. Oh, by the way, your driver's not good enough. I'm going to bet you there's teams out there going, hey, sorry it didn't work out with her. You want to come on our car for the weekend? To at least get your exposure? And then Fastener Supply Company, Donnie, great guy, supported us last year as her primary and this year in the trucks. He was all excited. He said, my gosh, if you're going to do this, I believe in you. We're going to go cup racing with you as an associate sponsor. Also, he was going to get a suite for friends and supporters of his to have them go there at Talladega. So now, the revenue's lost there, and Jennifer's worried about her reputation. She's worried this is going to define her, and I say no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But the fact that NASCAR approved the paint scheme, started lining up media, and then the competition said, hey, the committee said, yeah, you're not approved. I'm sorry, folks. It just doesn't jive. It doesn't jive with me one damn bit. So let Jen run. Hashtag. Put it out there. Let Jen run.
I'm going to interject here.
Please.
And I want you to maybe look this up. How and when did Danica Patrick get okayed to run Daytona, the 500, her first cup race?
She ran an ARCA race.
She ran an ARCA race.
One ARCA race.
One
she's
ARCA
approved.
race. And, okay, where did do we know where she finished?
I didn't look that up, no.
Okay, but,
right.
So what I'm going to get at is You know, we as us as pub table racers who are underdog people.
Sure.
The first thing I'm going to say is that I'm not going to bash any of these other guys.
No, I'm not.
You know,
I'm not bashing. Right.
You're underfunded teams who just want to do this.
Sure.
Just trying to, you know, anybody who watches this sport knows that them guys are there every week, and they just try to maintain. A lot of them, you know, I watched a guy get lapped at Richmond in I think 12 laps.
Yeah, 12 laps.
You know, and there's no caution.
No.
You know, so you know, I don't like the fact that, you know, okay, if you want to say you got to make minimum speed or something like that, that's fine.
Right.
That's all good. Don't tell me that someone who's done all this time in the sport isn't allowed to do it because they're not good enough.
Good enough.
Or, you know, what if I said it like this? What if it was a Hendrick car she was going in?
I don't know. It's a Rick Ware car. I get that.
Well, what if it, you know, are they worried about the equipment she's going in? You know, because.
Well,
you know,
here's two thoughts for you.
If it was a faster car, would they be okay with it?
Here's two thoughts for you. Did any of the current team owners and or drivers reach out to NASCAR and go, hey man, I'm not sure about her being in there? Well, what about those other guys just got in there and they're minimally qualified to do it? Let me read you a quote a few years ago, and I'll tell you who it is. So a few years ago, this is I'll tell you who it is, from NASCAR. NASCAR has always been about free enterprise. Here are the rules. Bring a legal car, run as fast as you can. Let's see how well you can do. To eliminate anyone from having that opportunity would fly in the face of what NASCAR has stood for since its inception. Mike Helton. Mike Helton, former president of NASCAR. All I'm saying to you, and what kind of message does this send to a young girl who's working her way through the ranks going, oh my gosh, I might not be good enough.
Right.
I can't achieve my dream because I'm not good enough. Because I'm a girl, or is it because...
Or if she goes from a winning ARCA car to, and her only choice is to go to a Rick Ware car.
Right.
Who is substandard.
Another underdog.
Right. An underdog team, a little bit subpar compared to Penske, Hendrick, you know, Gibbs, all of them. You know. Does she say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Rick, I can't.
I can't, 'cause I'm not good enough.
Do that for you.
I don't want to be denied like Jennifer Jo Cobb was." Sorry, folks. It just doesn't jive, and I'm not saying. I'm saying that because I'm a friend of hers, yes, and she's been a guest on the show. But I've seen what she's done. I've followed her career, and I've been to her shop, and they make do. She's given so many people an opportunity to start in this sport that have gone on her thing, and she is fine with it. She knows that she's a stepping stone. So that's it. Hashtag let Jen run. Get it out there. There you go.
I hope
that's it. That's all I got.
You know, obviously we don't want to say anything derogatory towards NASCAR.
No, I'm not.
It's their decision.
I just don't understand.
And that's
I don't understand.
And I don't understand it either.
Okay.
And it would. Hopefully they gave her a good, clear. Here's what I'll say. Did they tell her what she needs to do this?
I don't
for
know.
Next time?
I don't know, and I have information I'm privy to, but I don't want to belay my trust with her. But in the entry list today, it says number 15, TBD, Rick Ware Racing, Pat Trison, Aero Brass is the sponsor, and I'm like, well, you're missing one part there. So I don't know if Aero Brass sticks. I mean, that's totally up to them. Anyhow, all right, I'm done with that. Thanks for listening. That's my little rant there.
Are you ready for an upgrade? Need to refresh that patio? Want to add more fun to your home? Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms makes it fun to stay at home. We offer a huge selection of high-quality outdoor furniture, pool tables, shuffleboard, ping pong, and much, much more. Your oasis awaits. So don't miss the boat. Take your patio or game room up to the next level. Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms. Stop in today or visit us online at lknpatio.com.
Questions and comments we have from our fans there, buddy.
See if you can read them.
Duke, put your glasses on. You read them. I read them every week.
I got. Shanette says NASCAR's. More comments.
Okay, that's fine. Read some of them. I want people to know.
Brad Doan says Danica finished 6th in the ARCA race.
Thank you. It's commendable.
Tom Bailey is watching.
Speak up a little bit.
Johnny Scott Connell says, "Preach it, Tim."
Oh, that's Little Johnny Trailer Trash.
Okay.
Cheers.
Tom Beatty said, "Well said, Tim. Let Jen run." Bill Riker, I agree.
Right.
Good going, Timmer from Steph.
That's my hand. Okay, I appreciate those. All right, do you have any questions in there? This is your time to ask the questions.
I got no questions.
All right, trivia comes up at, what did I say, 8:45? There's got to be some questions. There we go. There's got to be questions coming
No,
up.
it just, Tom Beatty keeps this.
What, is he following it out there?
No, it just
Oh, it
says
says watching.
watching.
Here we
Watching. Thomas.
All right, here we go. Michelle Rayner. She says, Warren, what do you think about diffusers? Explain what they are, first of all.
Okay, so this new car has a complete carbon fiber underbelly pan that is kind of like a F1 and IndyCar diffuser, which it's going to channel the air. It channels it in the front of the car and it channels it out the back. It's for downforce. And what do I think about it?
Yeah.
I think that if you try to take this to a dirt track,
Yeah.
you're going to be in trouble.
You're going to be in trouble with that?
It's you're going to be too low.
Yeah.
The first thing I'm at Bristol. I'm at the Bristol dirt track, and they said we're coming back to Bristol next year for the same race. And I'm thinking, are we going to have the new car? Or we got to use the old car?
I don't know. What are you going to do?
The ride heights on the new car get this thing down on the ground.
Oh, sure.
And you cannot have this diffuser dragging the dirt
Right.
on this new car.
Didn't they take
Now,
the splitters
I
off?
don't know.
Right.
Well, yeah, we
Right.
didn't have no splitters on. Everything was raised up.
Right.
I don't know what rules we're going to go by or how they're going to do it,
Right.
but diffuser for asphalt, for concrete, fine. It'll help the cars get through the corner. It's going to be good downforce and good for that part of the racing, but if we're going to go dirt racing,
Right.
it's
Isn't going to work.
It's going to be
All right, so we got another Todd Hannon, Lancaster Speedway. We worked together there. Andy Jankowiak is running his second ARCA race. He's from the Buffalo area.
Okay.
He finished 8th last time, had a great run, very impressive. So they said, let's do Talladega. A bunch of people stepped up.
Is that guy that is doing it all by himself? I think, yeah.
Doing it all by himself.
Yeah.
And like he works on the car himself. He delivers pizzas during the week, and it's a great story. If he gets that opportunity, I mean, he comes from a racing family. A prediction, I don't want to give a prediction on it, but I hope he does well. How's that? If his confidence is good, but it's Talladega, man, and anything can happen. The secret there is
he underdog?
Oh, he's totally underdog.
We're pulling for
total
him.
underdog. There we go. Cheers to
We're
Andy J. That's
pulling for Andy J.
There you go. Go Andy J. Someone says below the frame rails. Dave Chenette hangs below the frame rails. Diffusers.
So actually, it covers the frame rails. It's a whole belly pan. It's the whole bottom of the car.
Got it. All right. While we're waiting for more questions to come in, SRX.
SRX.
That's getting closer to B, and I've seen now they've had different color cars. The driver lineup in that is quite impressive. IndyCar, Willie T. Ribs. You have
The promotional stuff is
Huge.
they're doing
good.
They're doing really good promotional stuff.
Oh, here we go. We got a big question here. Bob Fetzer. Are specific gear ratios in the transmission and rear end mandated by NASCAR? Does it depending on the track?
Mechanical
question. I love it.
It does. It depends on the track.
Right.
There is specific stuff you can only run. They give you numbers for the transmission and what you can run, and they give you numbers for the rear end on what you can run for final gear.
Okay.
I think there's 2 maybe for the rear gear, and there's certain different first, second, third gears you can run
Right.
at the road courses. We won't have a lot of them options with the new car. It's going to be they're gonna tell you what everybody's going to have about the same stuff.
When your coworker's being funny. Warren, did you drink a Corona instead of a High Life have to quarantine for 2 weeks. Nice, Dan. Thanks for your contribution.
I might have done. Maybe that's why I didn't get it.
That's why we didn't get it. Lime.
If you drink,
Wow.
so it's like, you know how they say, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right.
Maybe I had so many Coronas
The lime in there,
that I can't get Corona.
it prevents scurvy. That's
And
what
now
the slayers back in the
Coronas,
day.
I'm not a big fan of Coronas.
Yeah.
I mean, they're okay. I like them with a taco, a street taco.
It is Tuesday. Schrader.
Cinco de Mayo, I'll
Right.
get into Coronas.
That's
I like them by the pool
I have
also.
two. I have two of those. St. Patrick. What's it called? Cinco de Mayo. Schrader has been testing the SRX. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been testing them quite a bit, and they've been to dirt tracks now. They've been to asphalt tracks, and they had all the drivers got together the other day, and they had
Did their suits on and did their little.
the fire. And
It was-
Con,
it
our
was
friend
really
Con-
cool.
Our friend Connie from Sparko, she
Yeah.
got the deal on that, and they had some
Great lady.
interviews on that. Very helpful. That woman is the queen of spreadsheets and detail. So yeah, so we're looking forward to it. 6 races, 2 hours each. They're doing dirt tracks and they're doing asphalt. And the interesting to see is who buys tickets to go. Do you think with all those big names, Mike Walsh, Greg
but it's
Biffle,
NBC
Tony Khan,
also, right?
CBS?
CBS.
CBS
So
Sports,
they
yeah.
have good backing with a major
Right.
network to
Sure.
to push their stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're gonna have some nice commercials during these
Oh yeah,
things.
and then they just announced
You
the
know.
broadcast team: Alan Bestwick,
Yes.
and in the play-by-play, Danica Patrick, driver commentary, and Matt Yoakum on pit road. I'm just naming a few up. By the way, Matt Yoakum, we want you to come on to talk about this. So I'll reach out to you. We'll just throw it out right now.
So if anybody's seen those cars,
Oh, yeah.
the beautiful thing about those cars is they actually put a real wing
Aha,
on the back.
which, and I'm just saying.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
I'll explain a wing.
Okay, real quick, and this is just me because I've been around the garage shop so long. The Dodge Daytona, and they talked about the wing, and
Yeah.
Dave Marcus and Bobby and Elson and all that. So go ahead, tell me
Okay,
about the wing. I want it.
so
now here we go to
I'll-
2021.
I'm gonna try and keep this simple. The COT cars had a wing, but they were on top of the deck lid,
right.
and they were only 3.5 or 4 inches off the deck lid. Okay, a wing doesn't work like that.
Looked like half a picnic table.
Yeah, you could eat your lunch. In fact, I think I did eat lunch on there one time. But at any rate, so a wing does not work that
Got
low
it.
and that close to the window.
Got it.
All right.
Tell me that.
So
I know.
So anybody who knows, if you look at a dragster, right? The
Right.
wing is what? It's
Way up there.
6 feet in the air,
Yeah.
right? So that makes it work. There's leverage there. You got to get it up in the air for it to work.
Right.
Okay, a sprint car wing, it's on top of the car.
Yep.
Okay, so our COT wings were a joke. They didn't work. That was a complete
Oops.
disaster.
Oops.
So I looked at Ray's car, what he's done. This wing comes up and it looks like it's maybe 2.5 or 3 feet up in the air. It's away from the car. It's back. It's high. It's leverage. So you get your aero downforce from that thing, from being back and up and away from the car.
Do we know it's
No.
adjustable yet? I haven't really looked to see if it
I
has.
would say it's
it has
probably
a
not.
little bit.
He's probably got them standard because
Yeah.
they want everybody to be the same.
Everybody's getting the same car.
Right.
The only thing different is your seat. Everybody's getting the same stuff. Everybody's getting the same transmission, engine, shocks, everything.
Right. It's essentially, and for people who don't know, Ray Abraham used to run IROC series.
Yes, he started out in IROC. Yeah.
He started out in IROC. He ran a series.
Yep.
He would have Jim Sauter and Dick Trickle and Dave Marcus drive them cars and tune them in to try and get them all the same.
Right.
And then your big names would come in: Dale Earnhardt, Mark Martin, Rusty
Steve
Wallace.
Kinzer,
Yep, and they would
Paul
all.
Hunter Jr.
Yep, they'd all drive them cars because them guys would try to make them the same. And I think that's what Kenny's trying to do.
Right.
I think that's his. Kenny Schrader is going to be his. He's going to
Big
be
time
his
advisor.
setup guy.
Sure, yep.
Right. And then it comes down to the driver's talent from there. Right.
Sure.
There's always going to be a car that's a little bit better than the other one.
Right.
I think, because a human built the car.
Right.
And you're always going to have one that's a little bit better.
Can't all be identical.
They can't all be perfect, super identical.
So Mary Stevens has a question here. She says the SRX cars seem to be a mix of different race cars. I wonder what developments will be made before the first race. I think, Mary, I think what they've done is the test sessions they have, I'm sure they're going back and adjusting and making
right.
different strides.
So it sounds like she's saying a mix of different, like you have like some super late model stuff
Right,
going on
in the
here.
front, I'd say.
Yeah, and there's shocks and springs and the chassis. The chassis is built by
Right.
Fury. So that's a asphalt super late model chassis. Probably something in there with coilovers. They all sound like they have the same power plant. And it looks like he gave them a lot of aero with some of the stuff he's done.
It'll be interesting to see, like we've all seen the video. There's videos out there just one car at a time. I want to see 2, 3, 4 out there.
Right.
June 12th is the first race. Start building quickly.
A lot of people would say about NASCAR, oh, it's just going to be an IROC series. Oh, it's just going to be an IROC. As a kid, I remember watching the IROC series, and I actually used to enjoy. That was always pretty close racing. I
Very
thought.
close, yeah.
It came down to talent. You'd watch guys. Maybe the dirt guys struggled a little bit because they never raced on dirt.
Right.
At the IROC series.
Right.
But you'd go to a road course. You'd go to Road America, and Little Al would be tough, and then you'd go to Daytona or Talladega, and Dale would be tough, and
Sure.
you'd go to Richmond, and Mark or Rusty would be tough. And
Because they knew the track, it's a
because
familiarity.
they know how to drive.
Right.
That's just their style, right?
So now you have a Trans Am guy, you have an Indy guy, you have a Cup guy,
Right.
a lot of Cup guys, dirt experience, a lot of them, some none whatsoever, and you just say, okay, go have at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. As a former promoter,
I'm excited. It's something different,
No,
right?
it's good. I'll be watching. As a former promoter of a track, I want to know how ticket sales go for that because I want to be interested. You know what we should do? We should go to Nashville and cover that race.
I'll do that.
Let's get media credentials.
I'm out of protocol.
Yeah. Right.
We could go to winners and losers.
That too. Kid rocks. The Orchid, Tootsie's Wild Orchid. Tom Beatty, #1 fan, says it's going to be the Monster IROC series.
Yeah, sure. Like, so I think what he's trying to say is like monster trucks,
Yeah.
but the IROC series,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
You have all these big names.
Right. We are 1 minute from the trivia question.
Probably everybody's going to watch.
Right.
I mean, I know I'm going to watch. I'm going to be glued to
Sure.
that. And we're all going to make our kind of assessment after probably the first 2 or 3.
Sure.
I won't. You can't say, well, after the first one, that's
Sure.
terrible. That's terrible. I'm never watching that again. Because it might need to be tweaked.
That's fine.
Well,
They
the
can
cars
do that.
might need
They
to
can
be
do that. They have a shop here to do it.
Ray Abraham's a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
Anybody doesn't realize
I think
this.
he was crew chief
Yeah.
of the century.
Yeah,
I think-
and Tony Stewart's no slouch.
No, he's
either.
not slouch. Yeah, he's good.
So what
Right.
these guys got going on is it's cool.
All right, so I don't. Dave Chenette, Hot Tomato, says, "Do you know what the power plant is?" I'm not sure.
It's like a LS1. It's like a crate motor.
I don't know who made it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right, it is 8:45. Time for the
Trivia.
trivia. This is it. Trivia time. One of you with the correct answer is going to win this very tumbler.
Tumbler over.
And let's add a bonus prize.
What's the bonus prize?
We're going to put a business card in there. We're going to autograph it for
We'll
you.
put a pile of them in there.
We're going to autograph it for you.
Want some stale beer? We'll pour it out.
Stale beer. Great. We'll send you the caps from tonight's show. Perfect. Here you go. Anyhow, all right. Here's the question. Drum roll. That was it. Here you go. And we can't stop.
I can do it like, what was that, Clark's mother-in-law? She's got that martini. She's freezing.
Are you talking? Christmas vacation.
Christmas vacation. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. The question is, and we can't stop from using Google. Whatever. First answer wins it. In 1973, the Winston 500 at Talladega Superspeedway, how many cars started the race? Once again, in 1973, the Winston 500, how many cars started the race? Keep going.
And you can Google the crap out of it.
Because we don't know what you're doing there. All right, here we have questions here. Michael. Bob Fetzer says drivers could change cars on the competition cautions. Good luck, Bob. You have to change seats too.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they're not all the same size.
All right, here we go. Tom
Tim,
Brady.
get in my car.
You're 5 foot.
I'll get in yours.
I'll get yours.
Can't see over the damn wheel. Yeah. Give me a pillow.
All right, Tom Beatty says, I want to know, have either of you guys driven laps in a race car, like the Petty or Rusty experience deals?
No, I have not.
Okay, not those, but Warren, you raced.
I raced SCCA in a Formula 440 car, which is a small open wheel car with a snowmobile engine.
Right, and I
actually have a win at Road America, Black Rock Farms.
That's good.
And I finished third at Mid Ohio one year.
So here's a winning SCCA driver sitting next to you, next to me. Sitting next to him, not so much. I drove enduros at Lancaster Speedway, Perry Speedway, and I tried dirt at Ransomville Speedway. And let's just say, after doing that, I quickly realized, as much fun as it was, I love it.
Broadcast.
No, I went back up into the booth where I made $100 and got to drink beer after for the features. So anyway,
Right. Well, that's why I'm a fabricator too, because
right.
I can't drive a red hot nail on a snowman's ass.
Here come the guesses. Tom Beatty, 42, wrong. Bill Richter, 63, wrong. Little Johnny Scott Cannell from Little Johnny Trailer Trash, 43, wrong. Dave Chenette, 51, wrong. Sorry to be
Google it.
Google it, damn it. Dan Lynch, 76, way wrong, Dan. Mary C, wasn't that like 46? Mary C, there is or isn't that like? I bet Mark from Darlington would answer that question. Oh, we got a winner. We have a winner. Here we go. And you guys like Marlene Solomon White. Good to know you're watching. Great. 60 cars started that race.
60.
The answer is 60. 6-0, which in 4 years I'll be. Todd Hayden, 52. Wrong. Okay. Anyhow, so Marlene, you win. I'll send you a message to get.
Yeah, tell her you're instant messenger.
I'll send her. Yeah, no, because good friends. Known her for ages. Her and her mom.
Oh, really? So you're good friend?
Well, yes, good friend. I've known her mom for ages. Her mom passed out. She was wonderful. All right, so here's the deal on that race.
This is good. This is good stuff. Go ahead.
Okay, so they started 60 cars for this race. 17 finished. Let's get the good old days.
Talladega race. Yeah. We gotta go back. We gotta go back to the old days.
17 finished, and here's the key point. In one crash, 19 cars were eliminated. One crash. If we did that today, that'd be half the field, literally. That's good. Right,
19 cars in one whole generation of people.
Right, yeah, exactly. It was 60. Yeah. Okay, everybody else, you're on
the late shift.
You're on the late shift. Sorry. All right, we have our winner. All right, so we have time for some more questions. So bring them on in. We're good. Talladega this weekend. What are you looking for? Besides Jennifer Jo Cobb running.
So I'm looking for the same scenario. I think you're going to have Penske, Hendrick,
right,
and Gibbs cars be pretty fast. I think the Hendrick cars be fast.
Is this the race we've had? What, 9 races?
But we don't know who's ever going to win it. You never know who's going to win it.
No.
Right?
So is this the weekend where? Let's go back to when nothing is David Reagan wins.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the weekend where we have, because this year's been pretty weird. So as far as winners, who's the only repeat winner so far? Truex.
Truex.
All right, so 9 races, 8 different winners.
You got a guy that's been hammering everybody.
Right.
He can't win.
Can't close it. And the frustration, I saw that in Richmond. They showed the in-car of him and everything. He was so frustrated and mad that it's got to be getting to him, but he gets out. He gets it.
Right.
We're leading the points, but great. You're leading the points, and that'll be good but we're coming up on race 10.
Yeah.
There's 16 to go.
I think there's another guy that's even more frustrated than him. I think there's a whole company that's more frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say Stewart Haas.
Check them out.
I'm saying
right.
I think the whole Stewart Haas group is going to be up on the wheel trying to get themselves a win here, because they're usually pretty decent at these speedway races. And I think, you got Kevin, I think, is in 5th.
Perfect, yeah.
And then the next closest guy the double zero is 25th, and then
Yeah.
Eric's 27th, and
Right.
Briscoe's whatever 28th or 30th.
Right.
I mean, this is an organization that
Used to winning.
and they're dying for
It's
a win.
breaking
They're-
the wall for
yeah,
them, yeah.
they're not. I'm sure there's a lot going on over there. I'm
Yeah.
sure, because they're not used to this.
So I talked to someone and he said, hey, they're having trouble. Well, this part situation, so everybody's getting the same parts now. And I'm like,
You're
well,
using the same parts that you were using last year.
Right, thank you. That was what I was going to add to that.
You can't change anything.
Right. And the other thing is, do you want to make a big investment in parts when next year you're going to have this whole new deal with the next new generation?
Maybe.
I don't know. But if you get to the point you're not, I got to get what we got to get here. So that's it. So Tom Beatty says the 73 Talladega 500 had 64 lead changes. Well, yeah, if you got 60 cars, mathematically, you're going to have a lot there, Tom, but good.
They all pitted at one.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, Talladega's like,
We love you, Tom. Don't worry.
yeah, we're good. He's back to work now.
We should send Tom something just for shits and grins.
Well, we could. I know a whole bunch of stuff we have over there.
He'll put it on. We'll be sitting with the Grinch or somebody.
Miller Racing, we can do it. And Tom does all our graphics for the holidays and everything. So, and like we've never met him, he just kind of followed the show. And,
He's a great guy.
A great guy, and he's very
Great fan,
supportive.
great guy. Tom, we're sending you something.
Yeah, whether you like it or not. Bob Fetzer, are race team members allowed to play fantasy NASCAR on DraftKings and FanDuel?
No.
They are not. They are not allowed to because they're official partners of NASCAR, so they're not allowed.
So I think this came about 2 years ago because I was a DraftKings guy,
Yeah.
and I was I don't even do Boyer's thing. Like I downloaded the. You should.
I can.
I downloaded the Fox Super thing for the
so
football,
that's it, yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't even do the racing thing because
you can't.
I'm not supposed. It's a conflict of
Right.
interest.
So I
So
signed up.
no DraftKings.
Right.
We used to. It was funny because before they made the rule, we'd be on pit road,
I know. I remember watching
and
you guys.
and
on
us
the
guys would be on our phones, and we don't have. It ain't like we can give somebody a flat tire or
Why would you? They
throw a spinner.
bonus at the
Right,
end
he's
of the
gonna
year.
win. Give me the gun. I mean,
bonus at the end of the year.
Right.
Or just to win, $20.
right,
up there.
and we're playing against each other, by the way. Guys on pit road, but no, we can't do that.
Here's a good question. So anyhow, I joined.
Yes, she'd be king.
So Geraldine says to me, she goes, "Hey, honey, how come you don't play that with all your knowledge? All you know." I go, "I don't know." So I downloaded it.
You
I
can
played
do
it.
that, yeah.
I can. And the first week I got 2 out of 6. Last year I got out of 6. So last week so it was good. Mary has a good question. Who would you two most like to have as a guest on Pub Table Racers that you haven't previously? That's a good one.
For me, it would have to be. I would like to have like Mark Martin on.
Mark Martin. Okay. For an entertainment purposes, I'd like to have Kenny Wallace.
Okay, I'm with you there.
Okay. But for another one,
Kenny would probably have a beer too.
he would. And another one I'd really like to have is Larry McReynolds. Between his history and his broadcasting and everything,
Yeah.
I think he would be a good one for us to have on. Just because, the stuff he's doing now, broadcasting, doesn't get this.
Okay, so we talked about our heroes. Let's think of an unsung hero.
An unsung hero?
Yeah.
All right.
How about Paul Andrews?
Paul Andrews would be great.
I think I can get him on.
That'd be great. Paul Andrews, who he is, explain real quick.
So Paul Andrews was the crew chief for Alan Quickie.
Yep.
When Alan won the championship that year, and the next year got killed in a plane crash.
Right.
And then I worked with Paul at Penske Cranifus in '98.
Right. When I first met you, yeah.
And now Paul is a shop. You know what he does?
What?
He's a shop foreman at KBM.
Really?
Yeah.
Good
he
for him.
runs like all.
It's amazing how the cycle goes and the careers and everything like that. That's good.
And I actually ran into his kid,
Tim.
right? And Tim says, "Yeah, maybe me and my dad would probably both come on."
That'd be fine if it takes him to get him on. That'd be awesome. Paul Andrews, and we worked with him at DEI too, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's right,
He helped me get on.
Excuse me.
I have a lot of respect.
Yeah, he's helped you
a couple of times.
It's good to have that. I wish I had a guy like that. But you helped me the one time. So yeah, that would be a great guest we'd like to have on. We're about to wrap. What time is it? Jeez, I'm sorry, folks.
I'm not going to
put on the
wrap.
glasses.
We could wrap this up, but
No, we're not going to wrap this up.
The only thing I do is I can't touch it.
Okay, now we got people chiming in. Richard Young would like chocolate Myers. Well, if we brought chocolate Myers on, I mean this very nicely, we would say hi chocolate, and Warren and I would disappear.
Right, we wouldn't have to say another
we
word.
wouldn't say another word.
We would talk about wrestling a bear and,
we would say Dale Earnhardt,
you know,
stories, children's stories.
Right.
That's all we have to say. So
and it would roll.
we would be
We'd be like, yeah.
we'd be done. Good stories, Chocolate. That was awesome. That's a good suggestion. Chocolate would be good.
I mean, it would be great.
No, it'd be good. Unsung heroes. Gosh, like I talk about Greg Biffle. I'm just talking about in general because he's doing the SRS.
So when you think of
He's a
that,
good one.
think of like, okay, so there's another guy I know, Timmy Latiga, and nobody, when I say that name,
Right.
So Timmy Latiga, I think, was a tire changer for. I know he was a tire changer when Jimmy won at least 5 championships. Jimmy Johnson.
Thank you. Okay, I was making sure. Jimmy Johnson, yeah, Mr. 7 times.
So I mean, guys that have been in the sport forever that have gotten recognition before but don't get it now.
Right.
I think like Latigo, he would be great, and to sit him down
Sure.
here. He don't drink, but that would be fine.
That's fine. It doesn't cut into our bucket.
Right. Well, I'll help him.
You'll take his share.
Right.
That's good. Oh, by the way, KB Belmont last week. Kyle. What's his
Thank
other
you,
nickname?
Kyle.
Buddy. What's the other nickname?
Reggie.
Reggie. Anyhow, great job filling in last week. We got a little bit of panic, but it was good. So
I would like to have his dad on.
Andy Belmont?
Andy,
That'd
yes.
be great if he gets down. It'd be good. Billy Nazowitz. Yeah, Jeff Haas. I've reached out to Billy. No response. I might reach out again because I sat next to him at the Hall of Fame induction, and him and Richie's wife. And I'm going to tell you something, Lynn. I was like I looked over, I realized who it was, and I got goosebumps. I was like, "Oh my God, you're Richie!" And they're like, "You okay?" I said, "I grew up at Lancaster Spirit." And they're like, "Oh my God!" So we had these long talks with them, but they were just great, and it was just the history from just sitting next to them, knowing the greatness that they were in the sport. But Billy would be great to have on. All right, my friend, we're coming up on the 0.
Okay.
All right, you know what, everybody? Thank you very much. Congratulations to
I hope
Marlene.
you enjoyed this.
Hope you enjoyed this.
Just
the
us
two.
two.
Just the two of us. We'd like to do this once in a while because we want to make you guys open mic night with the questions and everything. And
We feel like we need to do it too once in a while.
Sure, yeah.
Just so we can ramble.
Sure, and we don't have to like the space here.
Right.
And that's good. We bring Dale closer. Don't forget our merchandise on the website, pubtableracers.com. Follow us all the Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts.
Garage shop.
The garage shop.
Tim's garage.
It's not mine. Stop. It's Aaron Brown's garage shop.
But you know what? Tim is doing the interviews,
Right.
and you guys gotta watch that
Yeah,
stuff.
it's good.
They're so good.
The history is amazing, and what we're doing there is nothing. Nobody else is doing what we're doing.
No, and we're gonna try and do.
No, we're going to.
We're gonna do a DEI
Talking about
roundtable
there.
at the garage shop.
Sure.
We're gonna try and do
We
that
definitely want to go over there and talk about what they have going on. So
because there's like 4 or 5 of us DEI guys.
If we put us all in there, we need a
It
bigger
would be
table.
that would be
That's
awesome.
good. All right.
We used to fight like hornets.
And now they work together and love each other. All right, buddy. You can hear the chime back there, the Martinsville clock that you got from Joey Logano. So,
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. God bless. Stay safe. And
Cheers.
Say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
There you go. God bless y'all.
Nice bucket.
Wow. Hey, another great show.
Great
Thank
show.
you so much, everybody,
Yep.
for tuning
Enjoyed
in.
it.
We appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday night. And Warren, I think the guests we've had have been fantastic.
Phenomenal.
And the people that are following us, we appreciate it. We're reaching 42,000 people a month. Can you believe that? And we appreciate you watching. And
Right. We're having fun. Hope everybody else enjoys it.
that's it. And it's just a fun show. Bucket of beer, guys sitting around talking about it. So keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Check out our store and everything. But we appreciate you people. And we will see you next week. Right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you next week.